Hello there, it's Dr. Matthew Johnson and
Cynthia Kreitzberg.
And we're in our home. And why are we talking? Because it's time for
the August event, our get-together and night sit.
Night sit and sleepover. So we are going to be meeting the people who are attending this month. It's a lower attendance month because life happens and people have dropped off like flies for various different reasons. But we got a good group of people here, so we're going to get to know who they are, where they're from, and why they're here. Thank you very much. And we will start off with...
Hi, my name's Teresa. I'm from Northern California. And the reason why I'm here is because I have seen 3 Bigfoot back in 2013. So I know they're real, they exist. And I met Matthew Johnson at the Willow Creek Festival, and I've been to 2 night sits with him, and this is my 3rd one, and I hope to see more orbs and more activity.
Awesome. Thank you. So after Teresa, we have...
I'm Teresa.
We have Teresa.
I'm from Claskanai, Oregon, and I came to learn about Bigfoot. I've had some action going on that I thought might be Bigfoot, and I just wanted to confirm that that's what it is. And
okay.
It's all good.
And how did you end up here? Why are you coming here?
The next person right over here that will introduce herself in a second, she had told my sister about this. She came in January, and I wanted to get more of it.
Okay. Thank you. And next after Teresa and Teresa, we have... Teresa.
From Springfield, Oregon. I went to the April Bremerton's conference, and I got interested in it. Came in January to a sit-in, and I came back to bring a couple of friends and reconnect.
Awesome. Thank you. Next.
Miss Pamela, and I'm from Rainier, and I've been here several times, so I have experiences at home, and I come here also to be with other people who do, because more things continue to happen.
Awesome.
And it is awesome.
Thank you, Pam. Next.
I'm John. I came up from Texas 30 years ago to the Northwest, and as I met my sweetie here and we were moving down to Cave Junction, there was a big encounter that happened there in '92, and it was part of the mystique of the Northwest to me, followed by when Matt had his encounter at the Oregon Caves. So we had the information to go camping with his group and meeting him, and we've always been interested in it, and I find it inspiring, and I'm still enjoying being here, meeting people, and enjoying the event. Thank
you, John. And next, your identified sweetie, the birthday girl of the party, the Southern Belle of Oregon.
I'm Donna from Cottage Grove. He's my sweetie. And we've known Matt since he had his encounter, and we belonged to the Southern Oregon Bigfoot Society way back when I've been following Matt. And now I have Jean everywhere, and I have encounters all the time, and I love him so much, and I'm just here to just get more. And
awesome.
I love you guys for doing this. This is great. And I love your house.
Thank you. Next.
I'm Diane, and I too have been interested in it since Southern Oregon Bigfoot Society with my cousin Donna. And I also live in Cottage Grove, and I can't get enough, so I'm going to keep coming back.
Awesome. Thank you. Next.
I'm Dolly. I'm from Springfield, Oregon. I came with Teresa and Teresa.
This Teresa.
Second Teresa, third Teresa.
Okay. Yes.
One's my sister and one's my very good friend.
Okay.
Teresa, my very good friend, told me about you, Matt, and that she had been up here and the experience that she had had. And I told her, I've always known that the Bigfoot do exist. I've never had any experience with them, but I've just known they're there. And to talk with her and have her to verify that I'm right is great. And to be able to come up here and possibly have some sort of interaction is fantastic.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm Jane
Next.
from Ohio.
From Ohio.
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi. And I became interested when I saw the Finding Bigfoot show in 2013. And I went on a couple expeditions after that and met some awesome people, read a lot of books, and haven't seen anything yet. But then I read Matt's book, and it opened my eyes a little bit more, so I want to find out, and I had to know more. So Matt and Cynthia have been super online, and I couldn't wait to meet them, and that's why I'm here to meet them and to find out more.
Awesome.
I believe in the genre.
Thank you. Next.
I'm Dawn. My husband Keith will be back in a little bit, but this is our second time here. Just came for the experience. I saw Bigfoot, probably I was 8 years old, I believe, for the first time. And when we moved back up to Washington, we got really into researching and found Matthew. And of course read his book, went to a couple of conferences, and just came back again for more interaction, and this time hopefully a little bit of healing as well.
Cool. Next.
Hi, my name is Rami Malik. I'm from Bonnie Lake, Washington. I've been interested in Bigfoot since the early 70s. My mom was, she worked for Good Samaritan Hospital, and back then there were recordings in the 70s in the Puyallup Screams, and they were scientists out there laying or hanging fish up in the trees and taking prints and things of the tracks, and my mom was all excited about it, and from that point on it was just an obsession with the family. And so I've read every book that I could get my hands on. I've gone to a lot of conferences, and I've had a possible experience up in Greenwater. I think I might have been chased by something, but that's a whole other story. I met Dr. Matt and Cynthia in Oregon, at the Oregon Sasquatch Symposium, and it was really interesting because I was there when he hooked up with Tom Powell. I don't know if you've heard him talk about that story. That was really interesting. But what I really liked was the warmth and the genuineness of Matt. And when he first told his story, the emotion and you could just feel how it impacted him, and that this really did happen. And then so I've gone, was a part of the Team USA group there in Puyallup for a while, and went to the January night sit, and I'm back again, and I just love the group of people. I love learning and all the new things that are coming out and just growing, and it's just awesome.
Cool.
Yay.
Thank you.
And I am Matthew. And
I like that name. It's a good name.
And I've been involved. I'm from Cottage Grove, Oregon, also. And I've been involved. I've always been a Bigfoot believer, and I've been involved with the Southern Oregon Bigfoot Society way back when. And this is my second night sit, and back for more.
Awesome. For those of you listening, watching this video, the Southern Oregon Bigfoot Society, we started 18 years ago. It lasted for a couple years, and yes, the acronym is SOBS. And we had t-shirts out saying, some of my best friends are SOBs. Yeah. That was funny. Now, for those of you who were here last night that came in early, get your hands up. Who was here last night? Okay, so...
coincidentally,
yeah, since you live here. And so I would like to hear from the people that were here last night in a nutshell, Reader's Digest version. This time we're going to start here and work our way counterclockwise. Did you see or hear anything?
Definitely. It was a very active night last night. We started off right away as soon as we put our chairs down and started sitting down. We started seeing the shimmering cloaking figures, saw twinkling lights, red lights, white lights, and down one of the paths we could see a rectangular shape that kept appearing and would emit a little bit of light. And later in the evening, my husband and I walked down the path, and there was a fog going across the path with twinkling lights. And just during our sleep, once we went to the cots, we were hearing bipedal footsteps. We were hearing all kinds of noises. I forgot, when we were sitting in the chairs, I kept hearing a lot of chatter, and I heard a word very clearly twice while we were sitting there, and I'm interested to see if there's a meaning in it and find out whether it's a name or just a word for something to do. Now I can't even think of it. Jahitsu. Jahitsu.
Yeah, that's probably a name.
And I heard it 2 times while we were sitting there. And just a lot of activity all night long.
Okay, cool. So now I'm rounding the corner to Pam.
Well, there was a lot of activity last night in a lot of directions, and one of the notable ones was a big crack of a tree off to our 2 o'clock position from where we were facing. I mean, it sounded like a big, huge snap. And there was lights, yes, and there were shadows, and I saw an entity run past me of an animal form of some sort, and lots of orbs. And then later this morning, early hours, we had an amazing amount of vocalization, and I had a huge experience there where I was sitting at, and everyone else had different experiences. So I'm in a big wow.
Okay, cool.
Love. Yeah.
Okay, and then last but not least, hello.
Hello. The lights, the talking, the movement, well, a couple of different orbs, a fairly large orange one. Haven't seen one quite that shade before. There was a little tiny diamond orb that was dancing around Dawn a lot. Heard fairly large, there was the crack, but there was also the sounded like a rock, 2 rocks being hit together. This morning, in the wee hours of the morning, a very loud, I can't even describe that sound, but it was like a whistle, but it wasn't.
Yeah, almost like a very high-pitched scream, almost.
Almost,
yeah.
And twice. And it was the exact same duration both times. And then at one point I thought Matt was walking around my cot and looked around and there was nobody there, but I definitely heard the bipedal footsteps. And I think that's it. Pretty much it.
Okay.
Pretty wild.
Well, we're all going to have 2 nights together and lots of good food from Cindy Johnson cooking it up, who has managed to run away and hide from the video. But I'll get her on video later on. But we'd like to welcome all of you to our home and our property. Some of you are returnees, repeat offenders. We're glad to have you back, and we're looking forward to the next 2 nights.
Yay!
Yay!